Hello, we're getting going again with another one of these little videos, and yeah, since the last one I've done a bit of perusing. There's a little app you can get called YouTube Studio, which is probably going to be my best friend with these videos, because it does all, like, to me, geeking out over nerdy stuff. It can tell me, like, it's told me a couple of things already about kind of my analytics, as it usually says. The interesting one for me is the thing it said with like how people found my videos. People found it through searching, and the main thing they searched for to find it is cross stitch with me. So I was able to go and find a few videos with that search term myself, which was pretty good. Got to find a few other people, watch some of their videos. It's given me some good ideas. Some new things to try out in terms of cross stitch, as I do look around on some blogs and different websites to try and find stuff like arguments for and against hoops, and I've come away pretty against them, unfortunately. Or not unfortunately, because I still like doing it loose. Like, I like doing it. I find it quick and easy and kind of alright. This is how I like doing it. And hoops just kind of get in the way. No, I have done a massive, well, not massive, like a 16-inch by 16-inch tapestry, which is always, like, tapestries done in a frame for good reasons. The wool is a lot different than embroidery floss, embroidery thread. And dealing with it then wasn't too bad, as the thing was huge. But when you're trying to deal with a cross stitch, which is meant to be something a bit more lightweight and fast, in my opinion, compared to a tapestry, then you've got to kind of not have anything get in your way of the fun, as it were. But yeah, in watching some of those videos, it wasn't really as much the bloggy cross stitch with me videos, but they were talking about hoops and Q snaps. I quite like the look of a Q snap, as like the ring, it being bulky and getting in the way of me stitching, wasn't like the deal breaker. The deal breaker was, like, the bulkiness was part of the problem. But then it's the fact I could never, it never felt like I got enough tension from a hoop. So it didn't feel like I was getting a good enough benefit, and like, so even when like I tried tightening it, it didn't give me enough tension, or at least not the tension I expected or wanted. So, and then the other major problem was it's within like 10 minutes of stitching, or even like 5 minutes of stitching, it started to like get so loose. It wasn't really like I would have to, oh damn it, it was so loose I would have to retighten it, which was just a pain. And I don't know if it was like me not having enough skill to be able to put it in a hoop properly, not having just the practice or the like knowledge, or someone to show me, no, you idiot, you're doing it all wrong. I don't know if it was a really poor quality hoop, as it was just like a free hoop with a cross stitch book. It's a cross stitch Star Wars book, which it's got some alright patterns in, but it's a bit of a disappointment, like, overall, I think. Maybe it's just because I, like, the only pattern I think I've done from there I really didn't like, and kind of most of the patterns are pretty boring in my opinion. Like, Star Wars is really cool, and I love Star Wars. Pretty much some of my favourite films. But in terms of cross-stitch patterns, Disney decided to publish in their special little book of cross-stitch patterns. I really just didn't enjoy it that much. As the kind of medium to large size cross stitches, but quite plain and quite boring. Like, I think the one I did was definitely the one I did was a Yoda, and it was just green and slightly different shades of green and black, and it's kind of the epitome of bad cross stitch, where it's all kind of murky, samey colours, really fiddly as well. Like, it kind of does look nice and detailed, but it doesn't look good, and didn't feel good doing it, and it took me ages to get the job done, I guess is the way to put it. But eventually we got there, and it was good. And there's some other patterns I might try someday with it, but not anytime soon, as they are big pieces, and I just generally like to stick to smaller pieces like this, which like I know I'll be able to get done within a week if I'm doing some serious cross stitch. But you know, they take longer as I have other things going in my life, like work and play, I don't know, in the middle of these times where there is not much going on in the, like, in terms of play. I should be inside cross-stitching more, but you know, you've got to get outside, smell the fresh air, as it is quite a bit more fresh in COVID times. Like, I like to cycle everywhere, cycling is good. I can tell you what, I'm going to pause the video, hopefully the technology works. If the video ends here, then blame the technology. And I think we're back, and we managed to overpower the technology. We won today. Okay, let's start stitching here again. It is, like I said in the last video, we're basing this off a piece of pixel art, so sometimes it is a bit harder to tell without like really nice clear lines going up and down the page and everywhere where exactly we are in the piece. But I think it's worth it for the kind of art I want to do and what I think is nice to look at. And yeah, I don't think I'll cut the camera every time I decide to rethread, well, not decide to, when I need to rethread a needle. But I was fumbling around because I hadn't prepared any, as with the last video, which took 10 minutes. I kind of think 10 minutes is a nice length for a video. If you don't, and you want shorter videos, longer videos, longer videos that are slightly shorter, then, you know, I can see what I can do about the first two, but longer videos which are shorter, I don't think I can do. So yeah, but doing that as quick as I did, it's time for another set of thread. We'll see if we can finish this one off for about the 10-minute mark. So yeah, hopefully some people actually start watching my videos, as I can see how long you watch me for. If you turn on and you start watching after 10 seconds, I can see kind of, well, I can't see you, but I can see the average. So, you know, I feel bad if people don't spend, well, I don't really care. You can watch it or not watch it. I'm just going to do some cross stitch. And hopefully you think I'm a sane person. And although I hadn't touched this since the last time, I think I will make some progress between this one and the next video I do, as, I don't know, I want to leave at least a day between videos, at the very least, and I want to get on with this cross stitch. Although it was like 4 days, and I could have done some between, you know, I don't know. But I'm going to do some between this one and the next one, as, yeah, why not? Right. Yeah, I don't know particularly why I like doing pixel art. I do like video games. I do like video games which are done like in pixel art, like both modern ones which are really nice, well done, like pixel art, and older ones which are pixel art, so like back in the NES and the SNES era. And like, I'm not saying it's badly done pixel art, but it was definitely limited. So like, nowadays, if you look at a game, say like Shovel Knight, I would say that is done in pixel art, but there is, like, it's done entirely different than a game in the 80s or 90s would have been done. Like, the screens are so much bigger, so yeah, I don't know how to put it, but it's like really much more complicated. The pixels are like still visually pixels, but are a lot more of them, I would say. And it depends on your opinion what true pixel art is. Like, there's certainly limits when I'm looking on Pinterest and I can see like something which looks almost like a picture, almost, and you can kind of just about see the pixels. but it's not really pixel art. I don't know where the line is for me. I do see the line of 10 minutes has just hit me over the face. So the answer is no, I could not get to the end of this thread in 10 minutes, unless I just go and tie it off now and say, oh yeah, that's the day. But I don't like wasting thread. I don't think anyone does like wasting thread. You know, you've got to be careful that you don't put too much tension on the end of a thread towards the end by trying to get 1 or 2 more stitches out of it. But I certainly think like leaving that much thread, like I can barely show you how much thread there is. Yeah, hopefully you don't mind the portrait mode. Also, if you have got to this point, I'm sure you have the motivation to drop a like or something like that. Leave a comment, because I will be able to respond to you, because currently there are 0 comments, and when there is one, I will do a happy little dance. Don't expect me to dance for you, but you know, it's just a metaphor, a simile, one of those things that I didn't pay enough attention in English to understand. I did pay attention in English, but I still wasn't very good at it. Much better at maths and science and computers. Ah, beautiful computers. Anyway, do all the good stuff you probably know how to do, and have a nice day. Very nice. You deserve a very nice day. I think a nice day today and a very nice day tomorrow, I'd say. Okay, take it easy there. No, come on. Yeah.